Hi everyone, it's BDevine and welcome to Divine Miracles channel, and thanks so much for subscribing. And today I am going to do the Domino Angels cards for us, and I'm sitting inside. This is my actual office inside the house, and I'm really exhausted today because last night was a really late night with our aromatherapy rally that we had, and it just went on and on. So I'm really tired, but I'm doing this anyway because I thought it might make me feel a little bit better. But I want to see what messages will come through. I've got a few things that have been coming out, like, you know, some messages that I've had myself to focus on, and I'll share those with you. And I'm going to be making some other videos about the way that we've been feeling lately. But let's get on with the Domino Angels and see what message comes out for us. Okay everyone, interesting. We've got Archangel Metatron, and I remembered this from the year focus actually for January, February, March. So we got Archangel Metatron working with us and increasing our time with children. Births and pregnancy abound, so if you're wanting a baby, you're very fertile right now. Also, it's a time of giving to others. A teenager may be going through a rough patch, so try to take a gentle approach with this. Many doors are open to you now, but if you hesitate, you will miss it. Be sure to take up any new opportunities and be brave. Thank you, Archangel Metatron. Light a orange candle to connect. And Archangel Metatron again coming up with working with children, starting something new, people having babies or pregnancies and all that kind of thing. So again, we always know that the start of the year, like being January right now, you know, there are all these little ideas, all these hopes and plans that we have for the future. And we just need to have this more of a vision of where we're going, you know, instead of making it all unattainable. We just need to break things down into little goals that are attainable for us. So it might be that you're spending a day or an evening researching and writing down notes, and, you know, maybe it's an evening where you're just, you know, planning out the year ahead and what you would like to achieve month by month by month. By having a focus, it actually helps you to stay accountable for what you're doing. And Archangel Metatron is also working with us again to release the past, and we've been having a lot of massive shifts going on, sounds going on in our ears, symbols and things. I've been hearing the singing bowl just going off in my mind before I'm going to sleep, like that kind of a sound. We've been hearing lots of different messages because, of course, Gabriel is working with us. We've just had the full moon, which whenever the full moon comes out, we have all this weird emotion that comes to the surface. And for me, I was really angry, you know, like I've been really biting people's heads off, and I've never done that in my life. Like, I'd be too shy to speak out to anybody, but I've been just whoa, like a little chihuahua or something, and I've been like, where's all that coming from? And it's just the deep-seated release, the massive release that we've needed. So Metatron helps you work with that. So some people with my Domino Angels cards, they love them because the message is just sitting on the front. You don't need to go through the book. But other people say, well, you know, there's really not much information that you can get out of one card. Now, in my course that I'm going to be teaching you guys, one part is going to be all about angels, one part is going to be all about healing, and the other part is all about doing readings for people. And these cards will be what we use in that part of the course. And the reason that we're going to use these cards is because you're going to have to learn to trust your intuition. So I'm talking about Metatron, and I'm telling you exactly what it says on the card. But what else comes through is not written anywhere. What else comes through is my feeling, my intuition, and I'm just going with the flow of what I'm sensing and feeling, and I'm saying it. Whether it's right or wrong, I don't care. I'm saying it anyway. And so when you get to a point when you can stop filtering yourself In other words, if you get to a point where you're doing a reading for someone and all you feel that you can do is read from the book, they'll get to a point where you'll be like, but I'm also feeling this and I'm also feeling that. And when you start saying it, instead of filtering it or holding that back, then more and more and more things start to open for you. So the hardest thing of all is to work with cards that only give you a little bit of information and no pictures. That's fantastic, because that's encouraging you to use the right side of your brain and start. You don't even have to use cards. I can say to you that this week we're going to be obviously we're working with Metatron, but there is going to be a deep emphasis on each one of us getting our goals and plans underway, on each one of us going back to what we decided for our health, what we wanted to do for our health, and to see things as a successful venture. So we don't get into something thinking, oh, but this is going to happen and that's going to happen and this will fail and that's going to fail and all that kind of stuff, that we're getting into things with the focus of actually having success at the end of it. Because otherwise, what is the point? The other things that you're going to feel is body aches and pains. Just for this week, you might be waking up like you've been run over by a truck. It'll feel that way, extra tired, and this is just all adjusting. We're in the new year now, and it's going to be quite easy for us, a lot easier, and we're adjusting to that. We've been so used to things being hard that we're kind of making it hard for ourselves. We're still sort of anxious, and we just got to learn to chill back, that everything's going to be okay. There are ways around everything, and there are ways that we can perceive things to be easier for us and have that as our focus. So when you're doing cards or whatever, yes, it's nice to be able to read from the book, isn't that wonderful? But you must learn how to then make it personal for people. Then just tell them what you really, really feel with integrity. Not telling them that this is going to happen and that is going to happen, but, giving guidance on a situation is so much more beneficial than crystal ball type of readings. So if you're interested in doing a course with me, and it will be a 3-day course, how I've set it out at the moment, I'm going to be holding the first one in or around June, July in Adelaide, so in South Australia. So that's the plan just at the minute. So if you're interested, please email me divinemiracles@gmail.com, and I will just put you on a list, and on that list then you will get updates as to what's happening, where I'm going to be. And I'm also going to be doing seminars which are just 2.5 hours, and then you can just come to those seminars and do past life regressions, or working with your angels and guides and all that kind of thing as well, which is just, it's so much fun. You just have a ball. So I'm going to be travelling as well to Melbourne next week. Was it next week? No, the following week, from the 20th to the 25th. So if you'd like to see me for readings or healings or aromatherapy parties or anything like that, I've got great bargains for you all. Please let me know, again, divinemiracles@gmail. And then I'm going to be in Hobart the following week. So I'm going straight from Melbourne to Hobart, and then I'll be back home again. So please keep up to date with things that are going on my website. I always try to keep it, so have some events on there that's going on, and keep up to date with me on Facebook as well, because I do post a lot of little games on there. Like I do a lot of crystal card readings and just cards of the day and little bits of inspirational stuff in there for you all, and we can interact together as well. So I hope that you enjoyed that. I do want to do I'm just being called to do one bonus card. So I've got, because I'm sitting at my desk, I've actually got quite a few cards sitting around. So what we're going to look at is the Wisdom of Avalon cards. So we may not have got these out before, I'm not sure. But what this does is just gives us, so what it will say is a focus, basically a focus of what we're up to just at the moment in our life. So instead of doing 1, 2, 3, I'm just going to intend that whatever card comes out is for every single person listening. So there'll be something in there for each one of you. So, okay, and then I'll read it to you, and then I'll talk about it as well. So a little bit of a longer domino angels, but that's how it happens sometimes. Okay, so I'm just going to shuffle, alright, and then we will see what message comes forward as a focus, okay, so where we are on our journey. Okay, alright, so this is where we are on our journey, letting go. Fantastic, you see all the water and the emotion just pouring out. There's also the symbols of water on there, there's some runes in there, it's pretty cool. Alright, so letting go. And these are the sacred journey markers. So again, where we're up to on our path, just at the moment for this week. So, releasing attachments, expectations and desires yet unfulfilled. These are some of the aspects of this card. When you receive this marker on your path, you're required to relinquish control and allow the mystery to act as she will, to weave together as it is meant to be, according to the laws of the cosmos. You can't force something to come or to remain if its true place is somewhere else. Remember that what is yours can never be taken away. Allowing is the key to this marker, for what is yours will come to you. The same applies to the past. This is the time of let go of old hurts, resentments and unresolved anger, for they're no longer welcome burdens on the path ahead. Old and outmoded ideas about life, how you see others, who you are based on who you were, these must also be left behind. Then you can move forward unencumbered, stepping into the magic of the new present that leads into the best possible future. So, again, with, you know, obviously letting go of all this old stuff, old hurts, old resentments. And as I was saying to you, sometimes, you know, the anger will well up inside of you, and generally we let it out at the people who we know are going to be there. You know, we're not always just going to let it out with someone who might retaliate against us, but we're letting things out and it's just coming up, and it's like pockets of energy inside of us that need this releasing. And with that, I always find that whenever I do some kind of, like, if I'm getting angry or I'm getting some kind of release, whether it's crying or just an increase in energy that's happening within me, I always get a memory attached to that, and it may not come straight away, but it may come through conversation, or I'm looking at something on the net, or someone posts something on Facebook and it triggers a memory, and then I realise, okay, that's the reason why I've needed to let that little bit of anger out. And when we start to also let go, we're breaking down barriers, and a lot of people will hold on to grief and, you know, anger and all those kinds of things because they feel that they need to be a certain way, like they need to be perfect, or they feel that they need, that people see them in a certain light, and if they let go of that guard, then they're becoming vulnerable. And when they become vulnerable, they're afraid that people might not like that person that's left there, or they may feel that they will be abandoned. And some of the times that's true for myself. Like, I've always tried to be this really nice person, you know, I feel like I am a really nice person, and I'm afraid sometimes that if I were to, like, get angry or get mad, that people will abandon me because I've been abandoned so many times in my life. So without really consciously thinking about it, so I haven't sat there and thought, well, if I let down my guard, then people are going to leave me. So without consciously thinking about it, that's exactly the reason why I don't let go completely all the time. But lately I've been doing that, you know, and I've been telling people, you know, this is not good enough. This is how I feel about things. I'm only one person, and no, I can't do that. I'm saying no to demands on my time. This is what I can do, but I can't do that, and that's fair enough. So the Wisdom of Avalon cards here are telling us exactly, working with Archangel Metatron as well, working to realize what these pockets of emotion are when they come up, working to work through anger and not be mad at yourself because you got a little bit angry, big deal, you know, you've let something out. The idea is not to harbour deep-seated feelings towards yourself, deep-seated anger and grief can cause all kinds of reactions within the body, and suddenly you've got all of these issues going on, you know, illnesses and major issues and headaches and all kinds of things. And, you know, people have been also getting these major headaches, and I feel that every time that's happening, we're having some kind of attunement going on. But remember to ask the angels and the guides, you know, on the spiritual side, say, please can you just lessen these effects for me so that I'm able to function. You know, you don't have to take it all on and feel overwhelmed by, you know, everything that's happening to you. January is a month of moving forward, letting go, having the successful plan of action in mind, but also saying to yourself, you don't have to be perfect. You just got to do what you can each day, one day at a time, not looking too far ahead. Remember, that was also the message for the whole year. Try not to look too far ahead into the future, just one day at a time. Otherwise you start becoming really, really overwhelmed. So everybody, I hope that that is helpful to you. I know that was a bit of a long one. I'm going to make some more videos today and be posting those as I go along. But I hope to see you either in Melbourne, Hobart or Sydney. At the end of February I'll be in Sydney. Hope to see you there. And also hope, if you're interested in doing a 3-day course with me, which will be so much fun, and you'll get a certificate and all of that kind of thing as well, please let me know, because I need to know numbers for these sort of things, because you can't have too many people going at one time, and you know, you can't do it for just one person either. So let's just see what happens, and then hopefully when I come to the United States and Canada, New Zealand, all these kinds of things, then you can see me for 3 days, do a course with me or something. So let's go this year and just chill out, everybody. It's going to be okay. And I will see you in the next video. Many blessings to every one of you. Bye everyone.